Welcome to Indian Institute of Public Administration. In our previous episode on governance and bureaucracy, under 100 ideas of reforms, Viksit Bharat at 2047, we discussed what it takes to build the institutional foundation of a developed nation. That would include cutting regulatory flap, modernizing the bureaucracy, fixing judicial delays, cleaning up election funding, strengthening fiscal federalism, enabling One India, One KYC, and enforcing zero tolerance for corruption. Those reforms set the stage, but the institution alone cannot deliver prosperity. In this episode, we turn to the second pillar of India at 2047 reform blueprint, economic transformation. So why this is essential? Because the aspiration needs engine, growth needs momentum, and development demands an economy that is productive, inclusive, resilient, and globally competitive. Economic transformation is about creating opportunities, generating jobs, raising productivity, and ensuring that growth reaches every citizen. It is what converts good governance into real prosperity. So let us explore how India can transform its economy and power its journey towards Viksit Bharat at 2047. As India looks ahead to 2047, it is pursuing an extraordinary goal, becoming a $30 trillion economy. This is among the most ambitious economic visions anywhere in the world. But this is not just about a headline number. As India approaches its 100 years of independence, this goal symbolizes something deeper: inclusive prosperity, technological leadership, sustained growth, and a stronger role for India in the global economy. Achieving this will require consistently higher growth over the next 2 decades, backed by deep structural reforms and smart investment across the economy. At the core of this journey are 10 key economic reforms outlined in a special edition of IIPA Digest by senior faculty of IIPA Professor V.N. Alok, along with 51st APPA participants Captain Divakar Shankar Chalapalli and Captain Abhijit Dhara. These reforms are practical, achievable, and critical to India's transformation. Let us examine them one by one. India adds nearly 7 to 8 million people to its workforce every day. Labor force participation has risen significantly, with a notable increase in women entering the workforce. Job creation has picked up pace, and formal employment is steadily expanding, supported by platforms like EPFO and e-Shram portal, which has brought millions of unorganized workers into a national database. But the problem is, the challenges remain. A large share of India's workforce is still trapped in informal employment, without job security or social protection. Skill mismatches persist, youth unemployment remains high, and labor laws continue to be complex and fragmented. Although the government has consolidated 29 labor laws into 4 labor codes, their implementation has been delayed, slowing the pace of reform. Emerging forms of work such as gig and platform-based employment also need clear protection and framework. India must now move decisively to notify and implement the labor codes. Compliance should be simplified, regulatory burden reduced, and certainty provided to employers. The focus must be on formalizing employment, expanding social security to gig and informal workers, and aligning skilling and education systems with industry needs. Only by doing this can India truly harness its demographic dividend and turn workforce growth into sustained economic productivity. Land is central to infrastructure, industrial corridor, and urban development. Yet land acquisition remains one of the most litigated and delayed aspects of development, stalling projects worth over 1.8 lakh crore. The problem is fragmented laws, poor land records, administrative delays, rehabilitation challenges, and inadequate community consultation have led to protest, litigation, and cost overruns. What we can do? India needs transparent and inclusive land acquisition framework, digitized land records, secure registries, accessible land banks, Fair compensation and timely rehabilitation are essential. Models such as land pooling and leasing can ensure communities share in development benefits and reduce conflict. The goods and services tax has transformed India's indirect tax system. Revenues have risen sharply, compliance have improved, and interstate trade has become smoother. Yet GST remains complex, with multiple tax slabs and key sectors still outside its ambit. This creates inefficiencies and compliance burdens. GST must be simplified and rationalized. Fewer tax rates, clear structure, and inclusion of sectors such as electricity, fuel, and real estate will make GST truly comprehensive and strengthen India's fiscal capacity. Public sector enterprises played a vital role in nation building, but many today suffer from inefficiencies and financial losses. Disinvestment targets are frequently missed due to delays, valuation disputes, and resistance. Loss-making PSUs continue to drain public resources. A proactive, transparent disinvestment strategy is needed. Strategic sales, phase dilution, and strong valuation mechanisms can unlock value. Employee protection and retaining must accompany reforms to ensure smooth transitions. India's inflation targeting framework has delivered stability, with inflation largely within the target band and reduced volatility. But the problem is also changing consumption patterns and evolving economic structures, which calls for a continual refinement of monetary frameworks. India should inflation targeting through better transmission of policy rates, improved data framework, and continued transparency. Stable prices protect purchasing power and support long-term investment. India has demonstrated technological compatibility through space missions and defense innovation. Public investment in R&D is rising, but remains modest. R&D spending is still below 1% of GDP, private sector participation is weak, and brain drain continues. Innovation ecosystem remain fragmented. India must raise R&D spending towards 2% of GDP, incentivize private investment, strengthen industry-academia linkages, and build local innovation ecosystem. Research must translate into commercial outcomes and global competitiveness. The Insolvency and Bankruptcy Code has improved credit discipline, reduced NPA, and strengthened banking stability, but in many cases exceed prescribed timelines. Recovery remain uneven and capital remain locked in stressed assets. What we can do? Insolvency and bankruptcy code processes must be streamlined to ensure faster resolutions, stronger institutional capacity, judicial support, and time-bound outcomes are critical to unlocking capital for growth. India's regulatory system still criminalizes many minor economic and procedural lapses. The Jan Vishwas Act 1.0 has reduced some criminal provisions, but over-criminalization discourages entrepreneurship, increases litigation, and creates fear among businesses. India must expand decriminalization through Jan Vishwas Act 2.0, adopt proportional penalties, and rely more on civil and administrative remedies. This will improve ease of doing business and encourage risk-taking. India's banking system supports growth but lacks global scale. Only 2 Indian banks rank among the world's top 100. Fragmentation, limited capital mobility, and restrictive regulations constrain credit flow and large-scale financing. Consolidation, deeper bond markets, greater capital flexibility, and project-specific financing institution can help build globally competitive banks capable of funding India's infrastructure and industrial ambitions. Digital finance and market participation have expanded rapidly, but fraud, mis-selling, and cyber risk are increasing. The problem? Weak enforcement, delayed redressal, and growing cybercrime undermine consumer and investor confidence. India must strengthen regulatory oversight, impose strict penalties for misconduct, deploy advanced fraud detection technologies, and expand investor protection mechanism. Because at the end, trust is the foundation of sustainable economic growth. To achieve the vision of Viksit Bharat 2047, Monitoring progress is critical. Clear, measurable goals across sectors ensure accountability and keep development aligned with national priorities such as inclusive growth, sustainability, and innovation. Regular reviews every 3 to 5 years conducted by independent institutions can provide objective assessment and timely course corrections. This kind of institutional monitoring helps ensure that investments in infrastructure, governance, research, and social sector translate into real improvement in people's lives. At the same time, manufacturing needs focused attention. Despite policy initiatives and rising export, manufacturing share in GDP remains below desired level. High input costs, regulatory complexity, infrastructure gap, and logistic challenges continue to hold the sector back. Strengthening industrial clusters, easing compliance, improving logistics, and linking research to production are essential to building a globally competitive manufacturing base. Finally, India's economic transformation must be inclusive, expanding access to education, skills, and leadership opportunities, especially for first-generation learners and marginalized communities, will strengthen governance, reduce disparities, and support long-term consumption-led growth. Inclusive development is not just a social goal, it is a core economic imperative on India's path to 2047. India's vision of becoming a $30 trillion economy by 2047 is ambitious, but it is achievable. Strong foundations are already in place, from job creation and fiscal reforms to macroeconomic stability. Yet key challenges remain in areas such as land reforms, innovation funding, banking scale, and infrastructural investment. The next 2 decades will be decisive. India must act boldly to create quality jobs, accelerate infrastructure, deepen innovation, and significantly improve ease of doing business. This will demand close collaboration between government, industry, and society at large. In the end, success will not be measured only by economic size, but by better lives, wider opportunities, and greater dignity for every citizen. With focused leadership and collective effort, India can turn this vision into reality by 2047. That's it for this time. In the next video, we will talk about industrial and manufacturing reforms, under which we will explore the present scenario, problem areas, and probable solutions for defense spending, FDI roadblock, MSME growth, rare earth production, grading with global standard, single window factory approval, make India the global financial hub, unlocking global listing, smart export system, and predictable power tariff regime. Keep watching for more, and to read the full article by Professor V.N. Alok, refer to the link mentioned in the description below. Thank you for watching.